Personally, diversity is what makes everyone. It is basically every single difference a person brings to the table. That is what diversity is. It's often seen in very simplistic terms with labels, but I think labels are just one easy way to identify diversity. But it's a bit more than that. I think everybody's diverse in so many different ways that diversity is more about just women, men, LGBTQ plus, and whatnot. So it's a very broad understanding of what humanity is in a way. I don't think you need to be an activist to make an impact. I think, in fact, activists are just the torchbearers of whatever ideal you're looking for. I think the people following those torches or following that path are the ones that are going to make the most impact. And I'm talking about even in a company at home, making small changes in the way they speak, in the way they talk about diversity and inclusion, if that's what we're talking about. They're the ones that make the biggest impact. The activists are always the minority, even the minority within the minorities. So their impact is going to be based on how many people actually listen to them and also do what is best for that cause. So I think the biggest impact are those in companies that ask the HR group to change the policies on same-sex partners, or talk to their boss about the way they talk about gender or unconscious bias. They are not necessarily activists, but it's the people on the ground that actually are doing the legwork on a daily basis that are actually the ones that make the most impact. It's not about just picking, okay, I've got an LGBTQ member in my team, I've got a woman on my team, I've got somebody of a different background on my team, and that's done. It's actually ensuring that those that don't have the proper training management to be in that team actually get it. I see a lot of women being placed in positions where they're made to fail at the end because they don't have the training, they don't have the network, and it backfires in the sense that people then say, well, that's because we put a woman in charge. It's like, well, you didn't train her, you didn't let her be herself. And I don't think it's only women. I think you also have. I personally felt that as a member of the LGBTQ community, I didn't have the old boys network in my company, the mentorship group in my company either. So it's not just women. I think and minorities, I'm sure, in countries where there are a lot of minorities will also probably feel the same. So ensure that training is in place is very important. Diversity is always seen as the color of your skin, your sexuality, or your gender, or your physical abilities. But I think it's also diversity of thought as well, and I think that's extremely important to be able to accept and understand that people have different opinions. Some of them, not all the opinions will be agreeable to you. You might find some very disagreeable, but at the same time, they're still human, and that's part of the diversity. And you might not reach a consensus, but it's important that you try and talk to each other. I think you get people saying, "Oh, all this diversity stuff, it's just I'm not part of it. It's not nothing for me." It is for everyone in many ways, and it needs to be an issue everybody feels close to. And not just ostracized because it's just the LGBTQ, it's just the women, or it's just a different minority.